Hey guys, so this video is not going to be a fun video or anything like that. I know I said I wasn't going to make a video, but I feel like I should, and I said this in my snaps if y'all follow me on my Snapchat. The reason I feel like I should talk about this is because I think I need to make people aware. So Saturday, my son and I went to the, what is that noise? I have my car on, but maybe it's the exhaust and I've never paid attention to it. My son and I, we went to the pool Saturday, and long story short, it was an amazing day. It was really freaking hot, but the chlorine in the pool was kind of high that day, like really strong. And I told my son, hey, 20 more minutes and we're taking off. So okay, so I was the pool that my son and I were in, it's like a warmer pool. It's like the water's warmer. And hold on, people are walking by me. And it's a warmer pool, and it's like bubbly sometimes, you know. Let me just turn off my car. I'm sorry guys, I've been distracted lately, which I'm always distracted, y'all guys know that, but I've been really distracted lately. I really hate talking about it. But anyways, so I'm just like chilling out, you know, around the pool. Half of the pool, there's like a lady lounge. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's like a lady lounge type of like tile, and then it goes into the pool, which is just like this deep, which is perfect for my son, you know. And I'm laying there, and all of a sudden I hear like a lady scream. And when I mean scream, I don't mean like I mean like top of the lungs scream. And I turned to the right to see, everyone turned over there, and there was a bunch of people around this kid. And where I was at, it looked like he was just knocked out. But I don't know if I don't want to call it the mother instinct, because I know a lot of mothers who would rather choose their life over they would choose their kid's life over theirs. You know, believe me, I've seen it. So my instinct, my niceness, whatever you want to call it, just came out. And sorry guys, hold on, it's getting hot in here. So I jumped out, and this little boy, to me in the beginning, guys, this little boy looked like he was 2 or 3 years old. And so I jumped out immediately out of the pool, and when I get to this little boy, let me just start off by saying, if y'all guys are sensitive to horrific accidents or anything like that, please just turn off, because it's gonna get pretty graphic in a way, what I'm gonna explain. But again, if you cannot deal with death or anything like that, please click off this fucking video, because it's gonna get pretty disturbing. So when I get to that little boy, this little boy was dead. The pool that he drowned in was this high, like in this area, and this little boy probably comes up to my hip. So the lady who pulled him out was a German lady, not the mother, and she probably saw him floating, turned him around and looked at his face. Some people can't deal with death, and his face was pretty horrible. I mean, he had the grayness in his eyes. His stomach was bloated up. He was just like full of liquid, full of water, but he was gone, guys. And I'm so calm right now. I think I'm just tired, guys. I haven't been sleeping right. I've been crying like every other day or every night. And what fucking pisses me off, and this is what I need y'all guys to understand, if y'all are children, if y'all are aunts, uncles, whatever it may be, the fucking lifeguard girl did not do a fucking goddamn thing. And the whole time I am looking at her and telling her, hey, do you fucking know CPR? And this girl only speaks Deutsch, and she understands a little bit what I'm saying. Well, she could speak a little English because she said something afterwards. And I looked at her, I said, do you know CPR? And I'm like going like this with my hand gestures, and she touched my shoulder, and she was like, we're looking, like, how do you say this in English? We're looking for the lady who found him. And I'm like, what the fuck? And the one thing I do remember about drowning people is that every second, guys, is very crucial. Like, you get fucking brain damage if you don't get oxygen into your fucking head. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm yelling at her. I see another bodyguard come, another lifeguard come, and he's like a younger kid. And I'm like, oh my, and I'm seriously like jumping, like I'm doing this, and I'm jumping, you know, I'm like very panicky. And I look at the guy and I said, hey, CPR, like do it to him. And as soon as he saw his face, guys, this little kid's like, to me he was like 20 years old, 21, but to me he's a fucking kid because he looked like a kid. He looked at that kid's face on the ground and he went, I mean, death. It's one thing to know fucking CPR. You have to have the fucking balls to see death, and you have to have the balls to put your fucking mouth on whoever is dead on the ground. What? Okay, and then it's gonna get worse later. So I panicked, and the other German people that were just there swimming were checking his pulse. We're like, hey, and every time they moved him, guys, it was like he was just a balloon full of water. And I'm just looking at them like, stop grabbing his fucking pulse. The guy's dead. He has like this glaze over his eyes. I forgot what it's called. Glazed eyes. I don't know. I dropped to my knees, which I still have bruises. You can't really see it, but I have bruises here and like scratches and more bruises on this knee where I fell on my knee so hard on the cement tile stuff. And I am not certified CPR. And this is where it really bothers me. I grabbed his little nose and I blew as hard as I could into his mouth. And as soon as I did that, all this water gushed out into my mouth. And these thick boogers came out of his nose. And let me tell you why it was so scary. His fucking body was so cold. And I'm not just talking from the water. His body was so cold because he was already dead. He was dead. He wasn't like, I mean, his heart was gone. It was completely gone. His face was gone. I mean, his eyes. It's not like he was just laying there. His color was completely gone. So this kid was underwater or drowning for a while, and nobody saw him because where his body was at, it was where the big slide tubes, you know how big they are, and it's where all the water's coming out. So all these kids are falling in, all the commotion, water, and everything, and no one's seeing this kid who's drowning. No one's paying attention because everyone's too busy having fun. So he's been underwater for a long time, and I'm still panicky, guys, and I'm still looking up like, where the fuck is his mom? I'm saying this in English, obviously, and I'm like, where the fuck is his mom? And, you know, looking to the side, like, where are these fucking people? I'm looking at the fucking body, this lifeguard, guys, and she's just fucking standing there, and I'm looking at her like, can you fucking help me do something? I look at the kid who's behind me. He's still, you know, not doing anything. So I did it one more time. I pinch his nose and I breathe in. I didn't know how many times you're supposed to press on the chest. That's the thing. I don't know how many times you're supposed to press on the chest. So I'm pressing on his chest. I'm pressing on his chest. Sorry, I'm like distracted now because the fucking bitch on my left side is looking at me because I'm like recording and I have y'all guys in here. And she's fucking pissing me off. But anyway, that's not important. So I pinched his nose again, and I breathed, and all this fucking crap came out. And then I wasn't getting no reaction. He wasn't getting a breath in. You know what I mean? Like his lungs weren't opening, and he wasn't like. He was just like his mouth was going. And I started freaking out, guys. I'm like, he's fucking dead. Like, I don't know how long he's been here for. I'm looking around. I see, like, the lifeguards way the fuck over there. And they're all looking at her like, what? And I'm fucking, like, get your fucking... And I'm like, where the fuck is his mom? So, the other people, by the time they take their fucking time to come all the way from the other pools over there to over here, like, oh, well, wonder what's going on. Someone probably fell or something. By the time they get there, they fucking realize it's a dead kid. Let me make this video quicker. Not only is he a dead fucking kid, he's a dead Muslim on the floor. If you don't like this fucking video, I don't give a shit. If you don't like it because you don't think what I have to say is real, then get the fuck off my video. The truth is, here in Germany, there are a lot of people who are fucking racist. Yeah, sure, that's everywhere in the world. At the end of the fucking day, whether he's a refugee or if he's fucking black or he's fucking Mexican, he's a human being. At the end of the fucking day, this is a child, this is a baby. I didn't see a fucking Muslim. I didn't see a Iraqi person. This is why they didn't want to get on their knees and help him. Why else? You give me a fucking reason. Why else a fucking lifeguard who gets paid with the cute little shades and the white little outfit and a fucking whistle, why are you getting paid but this kid needs CPR and you don't want to fucking attempt it on him? I mean, seriously, like, y'all guys, if y'all have any reasons to why she or the kid or the other lifeguard didn't give him CPR, let me know on the bottom, because I would like to know. His mother, by the time she realized like her son was missing, let me just skip faster. The lifeguard came, was doing an older lady started doing like just chest pumps, which I found out was not the right way, because you're supposed to do like 30 times if you're by yourself, no one's helping you, and 2 press in the mouth. Long story short, because I only got fucking 15 minutes. She kept doing it. He wasn't getting no breath in. The fucking German guy, which you're not supposed to do, you should be doing CPR for 2 minutes on anyone who's not alive. They need to do CPR for 2 minutes, and if not, then let the ambulance come and do their job, right? Okay. The guys, another guy didn't even put his fucking mouth on his mouth. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. She was touching his chest, but they weren't giving him mouth to mouth. You're supposed to do that to put the air back in the lungs, which, you know, like I said, I came home and I Googled it. He ended up picking the kid over his shoulder like this. The mom was running. The mom, well, now I know it's a mom. God, I thought it was a grandmother. She was in the hijab, is that what you call it? And all the way down. They're actually Iraqi people, and you're asking, how do you know they're Iraqi people? If they're, I mean, just Muslim with the outfit, but how do you know they're Iraqi? Long story short, I called the hospital that night after my husband told me not to, because it could be bad news. I said, I don't give a fuck, I'm calling. And, well, I didn't tell my husband that, because he was like, please don't call, because it could be bad news, because the little boy was dead. I called. They gave me the information, even though they said they're not allowed to, but I was fucking crying on the phone, because I was like, please, I need to know what happened with this little boy. The next day I went to the hospital, and I have a new best friend. His name is Muhammad Ali Saeed. I mean, the name is Muhammad Ali. Come on. I took a picture with him, which I'm not going to share in here. And yeah, he's doing great. He had to stay a couple more days because he had, you know, a little damage. He was fucking sitting there forever because no one who was certified, you know, didn't want to do CPR on him. So he has to stay in the hospital a little longer because the brain and everything, he had red spots all over his face here from the pressure. His eyes still don't have that much color. His skin doesn't have color. And it turns out he's 4 years old. So if you want to sit there and tell me, no, that's not why, well then, I mean, whatever. But they didn't want to fucking touch him. I was the only person doing mouth to mouth to that kid. I don't give a fuck if you're from Iraq. I don't give a fuck if you're from Africa. At the end of the day, what I see, and it's not my mother instincts, because like I said, a lot of mothers will choose their lives over their kid. For me, it's a good heart. And what I saw was a child on the ground who deserves to fucking be here, whether they're refugees or not. And to me, they're not refugees because they weren't brought over here by somebody. They came over here. They're working. They're busting their ass. The little boy, he's considered German because he was born here in Germany, so he is not a refugee. The mother and the brother who was at the hospital, because I thought that was a dad, but the way they work, they don't believe in, you know, condoms or whatever you want to call it. So they just have kids, and if they get pregnant at 50 years old because they had sex with them, so be it. But the older brother was 20 plus years. And he was like, and I got so emotional, guys, at the hospital, because the brother was like, at the time I thought it was a dad. He was like, thank you so much, you saved my son. And I started crying. And the reason I started crying was because I said, do not thank me, because I stopped. Because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Of course I didn't say what the fuck. And he goes, it doesn't matter. He goes, you still got water out of his system. Nobody else wanted to help. And I got so emotional. And I bent over and I hugged Muhammad, because I was like, I stopped and I felt bad, you know. And even though everyone's like, you're a hero, I don't believe in, I didn't do that to put on Facebook and get a fucking award. I did it because I would do it to any person who was dead on the ground. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end this video. I know my husband and my friend tells me like he's safe, he's alive. That's not the point. I can't get his face out of my head. When I close my eyes, it's all I see. Today is Wednesday, and this happened Saturday, guys, and I just can't get this picture out of my head. It's gonna take me time, but please, if you can, go to Red Cross or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's free. Go get certified. Do the right thing. And if you're not doing it for yourself, do it if you're at a pool and you see somebody else, or if they're not drowning, they just their heart stopped or whatever. Please, guys, that would be amazing if you can do that, because it's not right. It's not right. This world is so fucked up. And that's it. I hope all y'all guys have a great day.